Hi. Let's have a look at one text setup. We'll create a new comp. Give it a name and make sure you add your song's length in the duration section. I'll drag music layer and press L twice to open waveform. Then I'll trim the music to where I want my lyrics. You can see the shortcut keys on screen by the way. Now I'll drag beautiful image onto the timeline. Let's scale it down. Right-click and create a solid. Name it as background and color is black. Put it below all layers. Let's decrease the opacity of the image. Now please pay attention to the next part, as most of the people don't get this part. So please pay attention. Open position of the image. Then alt-click this little stopwatch. Then type this code in the field. This code will make your image move randomly. Good. Now I'll open rotation and do the same thing with that. I'll add lower numbers to make it move slightly. Most of the people can't get this step, so if you have any confusion, rewind the video or just ask me. Let's right-click the music layer and here choose Convert Audio to Keyframes. Press U. And delete these two channels. Open this channel, now alt-click the stopwatch and here type 20+. Then simply drag this little swirly thing to the channel slider. It'll connect your opacity to the music, and it'll behave on the music beats. Let's play. It's good, but I don't like too much flickering, so I'll alt-click the stopwatch, and here type this code. By the help of this code, we will be able to reduce that amount of flickering. Let's play. Perfect. Okay, let's get to the business. Here I have all the lyrics and I can literally sing you the whole damn song. With the text tool I'll type the first line of the song. You can see the name of the font I'm using. I want wiggling like this on each alphabet in this line. So open this drop-down. Click this little play button. And here choose position. Open range selector. Here click add. And choose wiggly. Now you can notice some movements and characters. I'll keep messing with the values until I get what I'm going for. Good. By the way, source file is available in the description, so that you guys can have a deep look inside the project. And you're free to use it. Now let's add position keyframes. Select both keyframes, right-click and choose Easy Ease. Go to the graph editor, and make sure here speed graph is selected. I'll make a nice curve with this. Good. I'll adjust it just before the vocal starts to sing. Simply make alt animation for this. Do the same curve thing with graph editor. If you face any problem, you can always message me on my social media. I'll help you for sure. Of course, I won't make free intros or logos. And duplicate this text layer. Here, change the position of these two keyframes. And type the other line. Drag it a bit forward to give it some variation. Yes. Like that. By the way, we're gonna creating animating background as well, and you'll learn a cool trick. One more thing, I'd like to change the colors of the layers just so I can remember which one is text, and which is another. Duplicate both text layers. And put them above. Drag them to the next vocal line. Now I'm just gonna add the other lines on both duplicates. While working, always be organized, as it will change your whole career. Let's play. Looks good. We can also add motion blur by clicking this button, and then enabling this option on all text layers. Now see the difference. But for now, we'll keep motion blur turned off until we finish the text setup, as motion blur can make preview slow. Type the other line. I'll just keep duplicating these text layers and adjusting them to respected vocal line, and keep adding other lines. I hope you're following along.
Give me pain, give me pleasure, make it rain, give me more.
Now at this beat drop part, I want something special. Let's open the scale and create a keyframe. Go forward and set value to 0. Select both keyframes and do the same graph editor thing. Now select all the text layers. Right-click and pre-compose them. Open position of the text comp, and alt-click the stopwatch. Then, add the same code. Do the same with rotation. Now your text should have some random movements. Double-click the text comp. Here you can enable motion blur, which I mentioned earlier. Let's play.
Telling myself that you meant it, 'cause you never fall in love with a hot mess. If you're gonna hurt me, do it like you care. Give me pain, give me pleasure, make it rain, give me more.
Now let's add some cool-looking dust particles. Right-click and create a solid. Name it as particles and color is white. In the effects panel, search for CC Particle World. And drag this effect on the solid layer. Now pay attention, just replicate what I do here. I'm making a new tutorial on advanced lyrics video like I uploaded earlier on my channel, so be prepared for it. Plus you should have basic knowledge to follow that tutorial, and I can guarantee you'll learn a lot of new and fancy stuff. Like background animation, fancy particle movements, camera rotations, sexy beat drop scenes and much more. Alright, enough of promotion, let's get to the business. In the rotation white, alt-click the stopwatch. And here type this short code. It'll give your particles a nice random movement. They're moving too fast, To reduce this fast movement, I'll go to physics and here I will add 0 in the velocity. Now they should move slow. Perfect. I'll create a circle with stroke. Align it in the middle. You can find a line panel here. Then I'll add a keyframe in the stroke width, same with scale. Just try to animate it with these values, so that as a result it'll look like a cartoonish explosion. Same graph editor thing. In order to make it look as liquid explosion, just drop turbulent displace effect on this circle. Now the coolest part. Step 3 background. Create new comp. Give it a name. Let's create some circles with different colors. You can create any shape, it doesn't matter what shape you create, result will always be the same. I'm gonna use these 3 colors by the way. Some random circles with random sizes. Select all circle layers, and pre-compose them. Now search for directional blur effect and drop it onto the circles layer. Tweak the settings like so. By the way, I learned this trick by Nickel from Dope Motions. Search for turbulent displace effect and drop it on circles layer. Tweak the settings. Turbulent displace can change the whole career of this background animation. It looks so cool and cinematic when in action. Drop the fast blur effect as well. It'll blend the sharp borders. Double-click the circle's comp. Right-click and create null object. Select all circles layers and parent them to the null object. Open rotation of the null, and out-click the stopwatch. Add this little handy code again. Go to the animated background comp to see the magic. Cool. Go to your main comp. Drag animated background comp in there, set its blend mode to add. Now alt-click the opacity of animated background layer and attach it to the slider of the audio. Remember to add 20+ at the beginning. And we're done. I hope you learned something. If yes, then consider subscribing. It's like fuel to me, and makes me to work hard for you to learn. You can also follow me on my Instagram. I post some cool stuff there as well. Okay then, I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.